Hello and welcome to Q&A with CNA. I'm Kyle Schwartz, and today we have the Director of Marketing, Dan Mucci, with us. So welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Kyle. It's always great to be back, and this time I'm in a different position, so that's even better.
Speaking of positions, you guys have so many people there, so many great people there, and I can vouch for that because every month you send somebody new that I never even heard of that disorder or that area of their expertise. So it's always interesting to find out more about your organization.
Yeah,
so.
I'm always consistently learning too, so it's really nice to know, and it even helps me with my own children sometimes. So.
I'll bet. How long have you been there?
So I've been there about 3 years now.
Okay.
And in addition to marketing, I also do some development. So I write the grants for the agency to help supplement the therapists with some of their programs.
Important in your business.
Yeah, to do a little bit more to help the clients in the community.
Okay. Well, you just finished a program there with teenagers and or a collegiate fair, right?
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So this year, for the third year, we worked with all 5 of Stark County's higher education institutions. So that'd be Kent State Stark, Stark State, Malone, Walsh, and of course the University of Mount Union. And so we worked with these students to bring positive mental health messaging, and along with that, a little bit of suicide awareness and some crisis numbers to call. As you know, with our residential campuses, they do bring in a lot of kids from outside of Stark County. So if they're in a situation where they're struggling or might need some help, they don't always know exactly where to reach out. Mm-hmm. So we did receive a grant for this program, and so that helped us do some of the things we can talk about in a minute here with the program.
All right. Well, do you want to talk about those now, or?
Sure.
Okay.
So one of the things we did with a lot of our college kids was we tried to do some make and takes and do some learning with them. So we all know that when you play a game or do something, it resonates a little bit more than just...
When you use your hands, it goes into your brain better.
So this is something even your elementary, intermediate, high school kids. So this is what I would call a little test tube. You just fill it up with water and add some glitter. And when you shake it up, obviously everything looks hazy in there. And so when we're stressed or have anxiety, a lot of times that's what we feel like. It's all jumbled and mixed up. So if you wait maybe a day or maybe 2 hours or whatever, as you see the bottle, it calms down and things become a little clearer. So you get a better idea on your decision making if you kind of just hold off on time a little bit. So that kind of reinforces.
And that's good for all ages.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Especially you and I know that from just working in our busy schedules. But yeah, so it's good for all ages. The other thing we did is a lot of the kids like to play Jenga. So we didn't actually play a full game of Jenga, but we had the whole tower built up, and we kind of called it a resiliency tower. So we had the kids kind of poke and take a block. And when they pulled out a block, a lot of them had positive messages on it or sayings.
Greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. And I don't see the name of the person.
Thomas Edison.
Okay, it was
And so some of the blocks have some things like healthy eating, getting enough sleep, listening to music, positive relationships. So it's a fun way to get the kids to remember all those self-care tips, and they build up the tower. Of course, when you play Jenga, eventually it falls, right? So it did fall a few times on each campus. And so the kids were, a little anxious with that. What happens when it falls? So we're like, we rebuild the tower, right? You use all the messages that were on your blocks to kind of pick yourself back up and reinforce, and that's how we bounce back. Because we all know everything doesn't go perfect in life, correct?
Right.
So when we kind of reinforce that message, they could put 2 and 2 together. And it was just a fun way to engage the kids and get their friends to kind of do it. And so it really worked out well. And then we put together some self-care kits, and this was one of the things in the self-care kit. So these are 50 pass cards, they call them. And it's broken up into things like lifestyle and relationships in your body. So on it is just a positive mental health message, just to kind of, again, it's something you can carry in a backpack or your pocket. If you're feeling down for the moment, you can just pick up a card, read a message, and feel good about yourself all over again.
Well, that's great, and that's a great thing to have by yourself. You don't always have to turn to somebody. You know, that you guys are enforcing things that they can do on their own.
Correct. And so, you know, these are all good things that kids probably know, adults all know, but we all need that reinforcement. And then this year we partnered with Coleman Crisis Center because they have the mobile crisis unit that's available 24/7. And then we also partnered with CNA Stark County Youth-Led Prevention, who you spoke with before, and they reinforce, you know, healthier lifestyles. So try to live a substance-free life, but if you do use substances, use them in very moderation. And so again, we brought all the partners together to make college students and kids aware of not only the self-care aspect of it, but again, if you are in trouble, here's some people you can reach out to.
Services that are offered.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. And so at the end of this month, you have something big coming up.
Yeah, so Giving Tuesday is coming up November the 30th, and this year we're going to focus on our day treatment program, and we're going to do a virtual classroom. So a lot of the students in that program come from single family homes, low income, and so many of the students, like one of the things Dan Metzger talked about today, and he's been over here before, is the kids need those graphic calculators, the older students, and many of them can't afford it. So by doing Giving Tuesday, hopefully we'll get some donations enough to buy enough calculators for what his classroom needs. And then the teachers just need other supplies that, you know, kids can't afford. Some of the kids need like hats and gloves too, so donations will go to purchase those types of items.
So how does someone give on the Giving Tuesday?
So in about another week, we're going to get it up on our website, and they'll just go to childandadolescent.org. They'll click on the Giving Tuesday button. It'll take them to a donation page, and they can donate right there.
Okay, well, that's great. Anything else that you needed to mention today? A lot of things in the works.
Yeah, we just completed our most successful Let Your Light Shine event. So we raised over $67,000, which was the biggest in the 16 years that we've been doing it. So that was pretty awesome. We're starting to plan for next year already. And then probably look for some details in January. We're going to have a fundraiser to raise money for our endowment, the Mike Flood Endowment. But those details will be coming out shortly, and we'll make sure that you get them.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming over today, Dan.
I appreciate it all the time.
All right. And thank you for watching Q&A with CNA. I'm Kyle Schwartz.